What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode. And on this episode right here, you already know by seeing the thumbnail, seeing the title right here, we finna get into this Young Dolph case right here. Because boy, this Young Dolph case is crazy. And most people, if you follow entertainment, if you know about Young Dolph, we know Young Dolph is like the Nipsey Hussle of Memphis, right? That's what, you know what I mean? What most people would call Young Dolph. You know what I mean? He's a self-made man, self-made entrepreneur, you know, and ultimately the beef that led to his demise runs real deep. And yesterday, I didn't even realize how deep it ran till I seen day one of the Young Dolph trial right there. And you know, it kind of blew my mind, even though I feel like I done seen this whole scenario before. You know, the level of griminess, right? The level of griminess is on a whole nother level right here. So many intricacies to how grimy this case right here is. And today's day two, and from what I was seeing in day two already, is kind of, you know what I mean, pretty slow. You know, like a basic, you know, trials can be boring as shit, right? Because that's what they doing. They showing all the technicalities, they going over all this shit. But they gave us the fireworks yesterday, right? Day one was fireworks for sure right there. And you know, if y'all ain't hip to the Young Dolph case, I'm gonna get y'all hip to it real quick, get y'all familiar with it real quick, and then we're gonna jump into the thick of it. But you know how we do on this channel right here. You know, we're gonna debate this in the comments below. So everybody that's tapped in, shout out to all the viewers in the building, shout out to everybody that's in the live stream, much appreciated. You know, but we're gonna talk about this in the comments. I want to know what y'all feel like. You know, it's one thing about my feel and my intake on it, but I want to know what y'all think about this as well. So, you know, first and foremost, we're gonna get into something just to break it down real quick.
Prosecutors accused of shooting Young Dolph outside a Memphis cookie shop almost 3 years ago. But today, prosecutors told the jury it was actually a man known as Big Jook who ordered the hit. They claim Big Jook was high up a record label, CMG, a rival of Young Dolph. Big Jook, who was the older brother of well-known rapper Yo Gotti, was killed earlier this year outside a Hickory Hill nightclub. WREG Shay Arthur has been in the courtroom all day and is live with the latest details. Shay, what have you learned?
Alex, I just stepped out of the courtroom just a short time ago. That testimony is still ongoing. It's really been going on really this entire day in this highly anticipated trial that really so many, just not across Memphis, but across the country have been following. Young Dolph, loved by so many here in the Bluff City. Security here at the court, very, very tight. There's extra police officers up inside there around the courtroom. You have to go through 2 metal detectors to actually get inside that courtroom. And the prosecution and the defense, they've been telling some very different stories about who is to blame here in the rapper's death.
Justin Johnson, one of the men accused of shooting Young Dolph outside a Memphis cookie shop, sat stoic in court. Shelby County prosecutor Paul Hagerman painted the picture of the day of the crime for the jury, who was brought in from out of Shelby County. Hagerman says Johnson, an aspiring rapper known as Straight Drop, shot Dolph along with a second man, Cornelius Smith. He says the shooting comes after a $100,000 hit was ordered by Big Jook, who was high up at CMG, a rival record label and the older brother of rapper Yo Gotti. The contract hit was arranged by a third man, Hernandez Govan. Investigators say Govan would seek out new talent for CMG and also provided drugs to Smith. The jury was shown the moments Young Dolph was killed outside Makita's Cookies. Hagerman said to Johnson and Smith the shooting was, quote, just business.
What we watch up here is so quick, and we watch it and we call it violence. That's a man with a family and with a life who's laying at the edge there in the yellow, riddled with bullets, dead. We watch that and we call it violence. For Cornelius Smith and for Justin Johnson, it was just business.
But Johnson's attorney says his client is innocent, saying there's 2 sides to every story, and Govan was using Johnson.
You like to exploit. You like to exploit young rappers, like Mr. Johnson. He brings no skill to the table, but you're going to hear testimony about how he intended. It was his sole mission to get 30 to 60% piece of Mr. Johnson.
Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy was also present, speaking to us about the trial finally happening nearly 3 years after the shooting.
Great anticipation. I mean, this is the culmination of a lot of years' work, and there's been a lot of work done by our staff at the DA's office and also by law enforcement to bring the people responsible for this tragic killing to justice, and that's what we're going to do this week.
And Alex, really, so far in the
So what that clip don't really cover right there, though, it don't cover the fact that there's somebody testifying against Straight Drop right now. Straight Drop is the one that allegedly is the one that pulled off the hit. But what we've come to find out yesterday, that Straight Drop, he put it together. But the first man that bounced out that Mercedes right there and started shooting at Dolph right there, he turned state witness against Straight Drop right there. Now, if that alone ain't a cold twist right there, to go back even further yesterday, Straight Drop's co-defendant, though, when he got on the stand, he said he only got paid $800, $500 in one installment, and then $300 again. So from what he said, he was originally supposed to get $40,000, right? He was supposed to get a $40K play off of knocking Young Dolph down right there. $40K. It was a split between, they had $100,000 and they were splitting 40 and then 40 with the driver and then 20 with the person who got the cars and the guns, right? So it's a $100K hit put by who we already knew. I mean, the internet, if a motherfucker like me in Denver can already know about all these, this is how you know the streets is dead right here, because the internet knew about this shit before it went to trial. We know this murder case right here is like, what, 2021, right? Dolph died in 2021, so it's been a little while. It's taken a while to get here, right? But, you know, Straight Drop went on the run. But back to how much these dudes was going to get paid, right? Even if they was going to get paid $40K. Now, let's be real about how much $40K really is, because to some people it's a lot of money, and don't get me wrong, it's a nice chunk of money, right? But that young man could have made that much right there working at McDonald's in 6 months or maybe 8 months or somewhere around there. So not only did he take from the world one of the greatest rappers of our time right there, coming from Memphis, and we all know Dolph is a legend and one of the greats for sure in this era. So he took that man's life, took his life, and he's putting his family through all this torment right now. Think about how many people want get back for Dolph, though, right? We all know Dolph's camp, right? We don't even need to put specifics on there, but you know, he put all his people in the line of danger right there for that 40 racks. And the reason I titled the stream Memphis is grimy. Memphis is hella grimy. I've been watched all the first 48. I ain't been out there. Let me just put that out there right there. You feel me? But you know, Memphis is grimy, and watching this trial, you know, seeing that this he was supposed to get $40K and he only got $800 by when all said is done, right? By when all said is done, he only made $800, and that $800 he was doing it so he could pay for his daughter's birthday, though. So he took a man's life, a great person off this earth to a degree, right? We can call him great, we can call him good. You know, I'm not gonna get biblical on y'all, but we know the man was. His worth was worth way more than this young kid that's just right here in the streets going after nickels and dimes, right? Like, you know, higher up on the food chain right here. So $800, and it's like Straight Drop really finessed him, though. It's like Straight Drop got the money and just didn't want to pay him, though. So he finessed the shooter, and the shooter. That's probably why he don't feel bad about testifying now, right? That's how grimy this case is, right? The man dies. Dolph dies over $800, right? Literally $800 is what he died for. Maybe he died for the $100K. Even at $100K ain't shit though. $100K right now in this world isn't even for $100K. You're not even considered wealthy, rich, or none of that shit. $100K is like the surviving line right now for like middle class, if that though. $100K, you're gonna run through $100K in a year if you got your life. If you like, you know what I mean? Like if you can't live under. 100K really ain't shit in my opinion, but chat, y'all let me know what it feels like to y'all. 40K, 100K. I mean, like, I can't wrap my mind. What's up with y'all on live over here? Yeah, I'm on YouTube right here on this side, but you know that's the kicker though. This is a very grimy case, and we're gonna go over this next video, which is the co-defendant and why he he's the one that he's the first one out this car right here, right? He's the first one. He hops out with a Draco. And if you watch by the video, he can barely shoot the gun, though. The gun is all over the place. You know what I mean? He ain't never shot the gun before, no gun training. And what makes this even more wicked, how they caught Dolph right here. The way they caught Dolph at this cookie shop is that they were originally it was a turkey drive in the city for a week put on by Young Dolph's record label right? It was a week-long turkey giveaway. So in their mind, with that 100K hit, they was gonna catch somebody. So I guess maybe there was 100K on everybody from his record label, any and everybody. But I don't know if Dolph was like more money or what, but they was ready to slide on whoever for this turkey drive. But that was the name of the game, right? They was gonna catch whoever they could catch. And they happened to be at a stoplight when Dolph came through in his camouflaged Corvette right here, and they were amazed when they seen him fly through the stoplight. Like, what are the chances of that right there, right? What are the chances that they out there slide on somebody already and they happen to catch the biggest fish ever right here, Young Dolph right here, literally the biggest fish, right? The dolphin right here, catch him right here. They at a stoplight and they follow him from where they seen him at all the way to this cookie shop, and Dolph ain't nobody. I mean, they ain't picking up on this. This is somebody in the background. They moving slow, windows tinted. Nothing catches him right here. But he's riding with his brother. Dolph has got his brother in the car right there, and his brother's got a pistol on him. And you see in this video right here when they get out and start shooting at Dolph, his brother that's in the store shoots back. And originally, I didn't know until yesterday though the brother actually shot both of them though. They both got hit. But they were never the wiser to seeing him coming right there because they all got their emphasis on where Dolph is at. Now, I'm going to play this video right here. We're going to watch this video, but y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think.
So, y'all?
Yeah, that's us right there.
Stop it here.
It's me.
You stop it. All right. We're going to back up. I might want to, back up a little bit. All right. First guy out of the car, who's that?
It's me.
That's you? Which one of the guns do you have?
I got the little Draco stab gun.
Okay, that's that semi-automatic weapon. Is that right?
Yeah.
You ever shot that thing before?
Nah, I ain't never shot that one.
Okay. You can proceed, Irish. That's your Gap hoodie, is that right?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. Who are you shooting at?
Young Dolph.
All right, now back it up again, Miss Iris, if you would. Back it up for Justin getting out of the car. All right, who's the second person here that got out of the driver's side?
It's just
He's got the smaller handgun, is that right?
yeah, bad.
So you think about this though. Look at this right here, right? So this right here, the first one to bounce out right here, the dude that's right here, this dude right here with the COVID mask on right here, he's the first one that bounces out, and he's the one that just gets on Dolph right away right here. He's the same one that's testifying right now. The video that we watching, and they're not showing his face right here, he's the one testifying right here. He's testifying against Straight Drop, who's back here. This is him jumping out the car late. He's the one, and remember, they got the car and the guns from another person right there, but he put this together, and I guess Straight Drop had only known this dude right here for like 3 months right here. So 3 months they've known each other, and I guess they got put together by the same dude that put the 100K hit out on Dolph right there, which is Yo Gotti's brother, right? Big Jook. So Big Jook, we all know he got killed. I feel like earlier this year, was it earlier this year? He got killed after going to a funeral. So he already dead, so he ain't, but had he not got killed right here, this would have been probably an indictment more than anything. You know what I mean? They would have definitely arrested him right here. So, it's crazy how life works. The man missed the indictment for catching this murder case right here, but got killed himself right there. That's wicked right there. That's how wicked Memphis really is. You know what I mean? And this ain't the first time Young Dolph has been shot at by Yo Gotti's camp, though. You know what I mean? He's got the classic 100 rounds, where he was pretty much mocking his shooters, though. You know what I mean? 100 rounds and you ain't hit me, you ain't kill me, you ain't do nothing. But when you flirt with death, though, you know what I mean? Death will come knocking at that door right there. But Dolph had a good run, hella good run.
Hey, baseball, hey, bad pro baseball.
You're firing this crazy thing. What you see? What are you feeling?
I wasn't feeling nothing at the time. I ain't gonna even lie. I wasn't feeling nothing at the time. I was just, trying to get some money.
Trying to get some money that you probably would have wasted on oxycodone and ecstasy.
Trying to do something.
You hear that shit, you hear what they, so the man would have burnt through this shit for some motherfucking ecstasy and some oxycodone. So this ain't, back when I was younger and people was with this type of shit right here, like, I don't know, I don't know, I guess there was still people moving sloppy, but like, this is really just a junkie with a gun, though. This ain't really like on some real gangster shit, but I mean, they ready, dude ain't, I mean, this kind of gives you a reason why he doing the shit he's doing. Ain't motherfucking brain ain't even working, though, by no means, but he just want to get some money. That's all he wanted was some money, just some money. That's all he needed was some money. Got an addiction to the pills, the oxycodone, and all that shit right there. And this is how it goes.
You shot that gun a bunch?
Right in there?
Right then and there.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I shot out.
Aiming for Dolph.
No, I ain't for Dolph.
Was he able to say anything to y'all, or was he able to run or get away at all?
I shot through the glass, so I wasn't close up on him. I was shooting through the glass.
Okay.
I saw him standing by the window. I just got out and started shooting.
All right. Proceed till Justin shoots. There with the handgun. Who's that?
It's just,
all right. You proceed.
And see, dude that's doing the snitching, that's telling on his friend, or telling on Justin right there. You could hear in his voice, he don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck about what he's telling. There ain't no honor amongst thieves, though, right here, right? But at the same token, the same dude he was supposed to be honorable amongst doing this dirt right here, he basically tried to finesse him out of the money he was promised right there. And then they get booked. Then they get arrested. Now this is the equation.
All right, you stop right here. It's Dolph's brother, Marcus. Did you know that he shot back at y'all?
I ain't noticed until we pulled out. There was a bullet hole in my side window. And I told Justin, I'm like, Ryan, I'm hit. He was like, I'm hit too. So I see I'm hit right here on my leg. And I see a bullet hole in my sweater. I said, damn, I'm hit. So we driving out, he was saying he was hit. I'm talking to him, making sure we on Rick, making sure he's straight. I'm like, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm straight. But the bullet head went in my arm. It was a bullet in my back.
I'm going to back up. You and Justin here are running to the white Mercedes. Is that right?
All right.
You get in what side of the car?
I get on the passenger side.
And Justin gets back in the driver's side?
Yeah, he get back on the driver's side.
Y'all get in the car. You can watch the rest of the video here. Did y'all see Marcus getting the second gun from his car?
Nah, but when we pulled out, and I knew it was shots back, I was finna shoot back, but there were too many cars coming, and I didn't just want to hit no anybody, so I ain't shoot back.
Because Marcus was shooting.
Hey, Dolph's brother right there, he a soldier right there. He was trained to go by all means right there. How he missed him, though, that's the piece of the equation with that, because it looked like he got something right there that spit a whole bunch of them right there on that second round. And, that's crazy how life works, though, right? Like, like Dolph, out of all people, they catch him on a humbug, just driving right past him. Think about how small the city got to be like that when you just happen to luck up on the main person that you're looking for right there. But his brother right there, his brother was ready to die for him right there. His brother was ready to kill and die for him. That's a die-hard brother. It's unfortunate, though, that we lost Dolph on this day right here because, just by a couple seconds, if Dolph's brother just happened to see them, bouncing out and he recognized right away, maybe he could have got Dolph down. Maybe he could have, all the maybes, coulda, wouldas. But just the way that life worked, though, the synchronicities of life is a trip, though, right there. How all this just fell into play, though, right here. And then ultimately the same cat, Big Jook, right? He gets killed. It's like a year and a half afterwards, but like all this was coming down the pipeline right here. This would have had him, he would have died in the penitentiary with a life sentence behind this shit right here. That's how crazy this shit is.
At y'all as y'all were leaving from down here, is that right?
Yeah,
And you would be in the car at this point,
yeah, we was in the car.
looking backwards?
Yeah, I was looking back, but we had, like, how we were driving, like, how he was driving, he was all the way on the other side, but, you know, so I ain't want to just shoot back and hit nobody.
So the shots, all the shots that you fired were the ones we saw right here with Dolph, is that right?
Yeah, and see, Jenny, that's the thing though. You know, it's not even just one diss track though. They've been having issues for a long time. And originally Dolph was going to sign to Gotti's label. That's where all that shit originated. He wanted him on his label, but you know, it'll be interesting now for the fans, right? The fans that love this music right here, that love Dolph right here, right? Like, where is the real loyalty? Are y'all still gonna? I wonder if the fans are still gonna embrace CMG and Yo Gotti, because we all know CMG Records, right? Got a huge roster on it, right? The roster on CMG, I mean, that's Moneybagg Yo, that's Mozzie, that's. I mean, here, let me do a Google search and get all the artists on there. I mean, it'd be interesting to see if the fans keep the loyalty, you know, or if they really, you know what I mean? If it's just entertainment, because for one person, it's just entertainment, but to Young Dolph, you know, that was everything right there. You know what I mean? So let me CMG Records artists. Let's see who's all on this real quick. Let me switch this real quick and put this on here. Let me put this other screen on here. Let's see real quick. See to show all the people on here. I mean, look at all the artists that's on here. So you got Yo Gotti, of course, right there, the founder. Got Black Youngster, Moneybagg Yo, Block Boy JB, 42 Doug. Look at all the names on here. Glorilla. I mean, Glorilla. And you know, I know a lot of people probably be like, you know, shit, they ain't gonna stop listening to these artists just because that's who Yo Gotti got's like that. But like, usually you guilty by association. That's how that shit go. But this is just entertainment, you know, to a lot of people whose lives ain't even imitating that art at all. They love this art though, right? They love this art. They love this street shit. They love this gangster shit right here. But the gangster shit is part of the equation right here. And Dolph died like a gangster though. He went out with his brother shooting behind him. You know what I mean? He died a legend. He died a legend. He died the Nipsey Hussle of Memphis though. Young Dolph died the Nipsey Hussle of Memphis by all means right there. He went out, but you know, life, you know, to me, it makes you ponder, because, you know, it's like, how deep can this shit really be? You know what I mean? Because all these elements that lined up for Young Dolph to actually get lined up, that shit's crazy. I'm gonna put this other one on right quick. So we're gonna go back to this. This is day 2. I don't know what they got going on right here. Let's see. They still got the volume off and all this shit right here. So yeah, they ain't really too much going on. But there was this dude right here. We're gonna throw it on this video. Hold up, Young Dolph. Show y'all where he's talking about his baby mom. Or his daughter's birthday. That's just the craziest shit. Let's see. Daughter's birthday. Yeah, because the craziest, you know, he killed his daughter's birthday. That's his same day. So his daughter forever is going to remember this right here. Like this is the gift that keeps on giving. He gave his daughter the gift that keeps on giving. She done lost her dad, right? And now ultimately forever, for every birthday she has, when she gets old enough to know, this is going to be on there. You know, they're going to remember this happened right here. Young Dolph died on your birthday right there. Young Dolph, your dad killed Young Dolph on your birthday right here. He's in prison still, or he died in prison, or however that shit goes. You know, it's just crazy.
All right, Mr. Smith, tell me your name.
Cornelius Smith.
And spell the first name.
CORNELIUS.
And the last name.
SMITH.
Now there's a microphone next to you to your right, but you don't have to worry about it. Tracy, you can look out toward me, keep your voice up, so I can hear you back here, okay?
Sir.
And when I ask a question, or when the defense attorney asks a question, or the judge asks a question, you gotta verbalize your answer, okay? So shaking the head and everything, I know what it means,
Yes, sir.
but she's taking down what you say, and so we need it like that.
Gotcha.
All right? How old are you?
I'm 34.
Where are you from?
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
What neighborhood?
Like Orange Mound area.
Okay. Like what streets did you grow up on?
Off Lamar and Sims.
All right. You got a family?
Yes, sir. I have 5 children still living. I lost my son in March of 2020.
Okay.
Damn, that's fucking crazy. Think about that. He got 5. It wasn't just so his daughter's not the only one that's affected. He got 5 kids right here that's forever going to have to know that on their sister's birthday, they lost their dad because their dad killed Young Dolph in order to get some money for your sister's birthday right there. Think about that shit right there. God, hey, that trauma runs deep. That trauma runs real deep.
And let's talk about 2020 because, well, that was a terrible thing, right?
Yes, sir.
How old was he?
He was 9 at the time.
And that had an impact on everybody.
Yes, sir.
Had an impact on you.
Yes, sir.
It caused you to take up some old habits.
Yes, sir. I went back to popping pills and not caring about nothing.
Before 2020, were you working?
I worked in schools in Germantown.
What'd you do for the schools in
I was a
Germantown?
janitor.
Did you do good at that job?
Yes, sir.
Your son dies, you say you start popping pills.
Yes, sir. Oxycodone and ecstasy.
Street drugs.
Yes, sir.
Did you start hanging back in your neighborhood?
Yes, sir. Started hanging around a lot of old friends.
All right. Some of those old friends trouble?
We all in trouble. I'm gonna say that. We all.
Yeah, you hit a strong point right there, Jenny. That's real though. These drugs keep your mind altered, keeps you from cherishing what you got. And even on top of that, they're numbing though. That's why people take a lot of drugs, they numb themselves. They try to get out of reality. They trying to escape reality, right? That's what drugs and shit like that are for, right? They there to alter your mind, right? So, if you're numb, he said he popped the pills because he didn't want to care no more, right? So if you care about something, you got to feel, right? So if you care about something, you got to feel it. So when you don't care, which is the opposite of feeling, you don't care. So he wanted to be numb to all the issues, the pain, the drama, the whole nine. And this was an escape from it. And just like any other thing that brings pleasure or sensation, most people, humans, right? They abuse that shit, right? They abuse the drug. So he's abusing motherfucking Oxycontins and ecstasy and shit like that in order, to be able to cope with what every day brings. That's a cult. That's crazy. I've been there myself, though. Don't let me come across like I'm like super sane in my younger days. But he said he's 34 years old, so he done made it through his whole 20s. So, 5 kids at 34, I could see life being, super stressful, and you need to make some money right there. You need to make some money. You need to make some fast money. And $40K for knocking down any rapper on this record label. Yeah, this is Orange Mound, Memphis, Tennessee right here. I need to see something. I want to see what the average, let me go here to Google and see what the average yearly salary, in Orange Mound is real quick. Orange Mound, Tennessee. Let's take a gander at this right quick. Let's take a glance at how much. Let's see how much they make. What the average living salary got to be in Orange Mound, right? How much is so a yearly salary right there? So the average annual household income in Orange Mound is $41K. At 300, while the median household sets at 29 per year. So that's hella low. That's literally he would have made a year's salary right there. Think about that right there. He would have made a year's salary right there, a year's salary. So $41K, he would have made what the average person in Memphis makes a year by knocking off Young Dolph or anybody that's on this record label right there. So, that I could see how that could be tempting to a young man like that, right? Especially in them environments. I could see that. I could see how that'd do that. I could see that. It's unfortunate, but shit, that's the average. So here we're gonna go back to this video.
Oh, true.
And I'm looking here, Cornelius, at your criminal record. You were convicted of aggravated assault in 2011, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Convicted of misdemeanor drugs in 2014?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, 2012.
12.
Case started in 2011 and ended in 2012.
Yes, sir.
As misdemeanor drugs.
Yes, sir.
And then resisting official detention in 2014.
Yes, sir.
That same Cornelius Smith.
Yes, sir.
And you're presently charged in this case with conspiracy to commit murder and with murder. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you have an attorney in this case. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And is he in the courtroom? Let me get out of your
Yes,
way.
sir.
Okay. What promises have I made to you with regard to your testimony today?
No.
Have I told you that you're not going to testify and walk out of here?
Yes, you told me that.
Do you know that you're going to prison?
Yes, sir.
Have I told you that it's very important, though, for you to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
I told you it's important to tell the truth because I said so,
Yes, sir.
and because the judge will evaluate whether or not you told the truth.
Right.
And have I told you it's in your best interest to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
Are you here to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
I want to skip forward. Okay? We're going to go back to everything, but I want to skip forward. Tell me about the day that you were arrested for this case.
It was my daughter's birthday, actually. I was out. I had took her some cake and ice cream to school for her birthday, and the U.S. Marshals they were trailing me the whole time. I didn't know that they were trailing me because I had saw Govan the day before, and he was telling me that police was on to us or whatever, and he asked me when the last time I spoke to Justin, and he was saying I was like, it's been a minute. So he was like, they just ran in Justin's spot the night before, and he said that they been shooting at him, and that I need to get rid of my phone because they own us. And the next day, I was locked up, like
Police captured you? Police captured you that day?
Next day.
Did they get your phone that day from you?
They ain't get it from me. I left it with my children's mother, or whatever.
They get your phone from your children's mother?
Yes, sir.
So you didn't throw it away like Govan told you to?
Nah, I ain't throw it away. I gave it to her.
Now, when the police first arrest you, I mean at the very start, do you say, hey, I want to tell you the truth about this whole thing?
No. I ain't never did it.
Okay. Did they interview you right after they arrested you?
Yeah, they interviewed me in Mississippi.
Okay. Did you tell them the truth or the lie?
I told them a lie.
Okay. At some point after you're arrested, did you decide to tell the truth?
Yeah, once I came to my senses and Justin had wrote me a kite. Somebody. Justin.
So let me tell you, when you hear another lawyer speak up and object, it means you stop talking. Okay? And you'll be instructed to either move on or to another question. Okay?
And I think some the objection is going to be hearsay. So let me try to get you Well, let's try to back up, okay? So you said after you arrested, you came to your senses. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you say that Justin, is that the defendant in this case,
Yes, sir.
had written you something that you called him?
A kite.
Okay? Okay. Without saying what was in that kite, and that's a letter, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Without saying in that letter, after you received that letter, did you decide to tell the truth?
Right.
And what did you do once you decided to tell the truth?
I had spoke with my lawyer.
And thereafter, have you met a few times with detectives?
Yes.
And have you met, we count those 2 minutes right back here, I guess 3 or 4 times with me, is that correct?
Yes.
Would it be fair to say you did that because you realized you had been caught?
Yeah, I've been caught and I got a conscience too. Now they don't know where my senses. Yeah, I got a conscience.
So y'all heard that though, right? He just said, the man said he got a conscience, right? He said he got a conscience, but where was that conscience at when you killed Young Dolph for that money right there? That conscience was gone because he was on them pills, he was on them oxys and all that. This is the cold kicker for a lot of you young cats out there, because when y'all get locked up, you got to sober up. And that sober up, when you sober up and come to the realization, that's when you start getting your conscience back, because you've been, a lot of times you young cats be out here so drugged up, you done drained out your conscience. You ain't want to hear your conscience, so it's probably why you took the drugs to begin with, right? Your conscience been on you. Now you see the man's realizing back here, he's stuck in a cell all day with only his thoughts right there. What does he come? What conclusion does he come with? He comes to the conclusion he want to tell the truth. He want to tell the truth.
I'm gonna play a video up here, Cornelius. You can turn a little bit, see it once we start playing.
For the record, you're playing what's
Will
been marked as, or will be marked as exhibit number 5.
You can start it right there. All right, now what are we looking at?
That's the day that we had saw Young Dolph and Pully and Makitas.
All right, so whose car is that?
That's Young Dolph.
All right, and you say we, who saw this car?
Me and Justin.
Well, let's back up then and tell me, how do you know Justin?
Through Govan.
All right, and who is Govan?
Ananda Govan Quick. We know him by Quick.
Okay, who is Quet?
Associate.
All right, you say associate, is he younger or older than you?
Older.
What neighborhood does he hang out in?
Orange Mountain.
Does he live over there?
Yes, sir, he did.
Do you know what street his house is on?
Bradley.
Are you familiar with that street?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever buy drugs from Mr. Govan?
Yes, I brought ecstasy.
Okay, would he sell you ecstasy pills? You ever heard the term like old head?
Nah.
Okay. Would you consider him sort of a older criminal figure in the neighborhood?
Yeah, I call him like a bro.
Okay. Did you have another guy in that neighborhood you used to hang out with too?
Yeah, Big Bobby.
Big Bobby. Is that Bobby Carter?
Bobby Carter, yes, sir.
How often would you be over there on Bradley Street?
I was over there just about every day.
Okay. So this was a hangout area, and you would buy ecstasy from Quet.
Quick.
All right. How is it that you met Justin through Quet?
Just, like, being around, basically. Being around.
Would Justin be around Quet too?
Yeah, he'll be around quick.
Do you know why Justin would be around Quet?
They look at each other like brothers, brothers,
Okay.
and then just rap or whatever.
All right. You knew Justin to be a rapper?
Yeah,
Did you know his rap name?
straight drop.
And did you know Quet to be involved in, I guess, the rap business or something?
called himself.
Okay.
Called himself.
What sort of would he call himself as far as being in the business?
I guess a negotiator. I don't know.
A negotiator?
I don't know.
Y'all hear the tone of his voice though when he talk about straight drop though right there. He's like, oh, he's supposed to be a rapper. Somebody, you know what I mean? Like he clowning, like motherfucking career. But this man right here, you was with him and did a whole murder. Now look at this. Look at this situation right here. This shit terrible.
Okay. Do you know whether or not he was trying to negotiate for straight drop?
I guess trying to get him a deal.
Okay. Do you know who he was trying to get him a deal with?
Oh, Big Jook and them got in him.
All right. You said Big Jook, is that correct?
Yeah.
You ever heard of the music label CMG?
Yeah.
Is that Big Jook's?
Yeah, Big Jook and them.
And his brother, right?
Yeah.
His brother's Gotti, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, hey, you see right there that they included Yo Gotti in that segment right there. So it'd be interesting going forward. I wonder if there's some charges or anything that might come to Yo Gotti. I would have figured they would already hit him by now if they had something solid on him. So, but there's no way that Gotti wasn't aware of what was taking place and what happened in the whole nine. I mean, shit. I mean, if your brother's the one that put it into play, you know what I mean? Like, you know about that shit. No way around it right there. But Gotti, though, damn, you know, straight drops attorney that he got right now is paid off by Big Jook right here, though, right? So I've noticed by watching the case yesterday, though, that when they went past when straight drops attorney went over Cornelius right here, who's telling when he did his cross examination, he made sure he minimalized anything that said anything about CMG or Yo Gotti. He's a smart lawyer. He's not going to say nothing so that, you know, that there's any more. They're trying to keep Gotti out of this equation as much as they can. But, you know, Gotti is definitely guilty by association, big time.
Before this day, which is in November of 2021, about how long had you been knowing Justin?
Oh, 3 months.
A few months. About how many times do you think you'd been around him?
Couple times we went to club together. No, we've been around each other a couple times.
Okay. And for the record, I know that it's a formality, but for the record, can you point him out in the courtroom and tell me what he's wearing and stuff?
Yeah, the young brother over there with the button-down shirt, blue and white button-down.
No hesitation. That man ain't got no hesitation in his voice right there. The young brother over there with the button-up shirt right there, the red is kind of red, got the pinstripes right there. He ain't got no hesitation. No hesitation.
If the record could reflect that he's identified the defendant, Mr. Justin Johnson, Your Honor.
Let the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant in court.
So how did you get to be with Justin Johnson this day on November 17th, 2021?
We knew that, you know, they had a hit on Dolph and them head or whatever. So
Who had a hit on whose head?
Big Jook had a hit on Dolph.
Look at his body reactions though. Look at this is straight drop. So look at his body reaction to this right here. Look how he's just taking all this information in right here. Like the look on his face says everything. The body language adds the
Deal with that. So
How do you know that Big Jook had a hit on Dolph's head?
I could quit.
He know it's over with. He know the gig is up though. This right here ain't looking good by no means. There ain't really too much get back when you got a motherfucker like this on the stand saying all this verbatim so quickly, so easy. If you were the jury and you heard this shit right here as a jury, what would you be? Would you be persuaded by this dude's testimony? I mean,
They had told me to quit, and you know what I'm saying, being just
How much money was it supposed to be?
100,000 on Dolph head.
And had you agreed to do this hit?
Yes, sir.
Had Justin agreed to do this hit?
Yes, sir.
Are we all going to do it together?
Yeah, they been on it, but yeah.
Were there any arrangements as far as splitting money or anything?
Yeah, me, him, and me and him supposed to be giving quit 10,000 apiece.
All right, so you and him were going to give Govan 10,000 apiece?
Yeah,
And how much were you going to get?
I was getting 40, he was getting 40.
Okay. Had you spoken with Justin about this?
Yeah, we had been talking about it.
Okay. This was Not something that just happened this day, but something that was in the process for weeks?
Yeah,
How did y'all hook up this day, if you remember?
he had pulled up to give me. He came and got me or whatever.
Where did he get you from?
He got me from my father's house.
Where's your father's house?
Out of Lamar Sims.
Orange Mound area?
Yeah.
Had either you called him or he called you or anything like
He had
this?
called me the first time I missed the call. Then he called me back. I answered. He was telling me basically they were pulling up because we already knew what was going on.
When you say you already knew what was going on, you already knew what this is about?
Yeah, because we knew they were doing the turkey drive, so we was actually on our way to Westwood.
Had you and Justin talked about this particular day before?
Like, nah, not the specific day. Like, we just knew that it was turkey drive going every day that week.
Okay. You knew that, the fair said you knew Dolph was involved in these turkey drives this week before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we didn't know we were going to catch him, but we knew he did his artist. You know, everybody had a hit on their head. Everybody had a price on it.
Everybody had a hit on their head. Everybody had a price on their head right there. Everybody that was associated with Dolph right there had a kill order on their ass whenever they was in the city and they doing a turkey drive the whole week. That's how dangerous it is. These motherfuckers trying to give back to the community, trying to help out the community, and the motherfucking, the motherfuckers is lurking. They lurking right there. This just happens to be who they stumble across is motherfucking Young Dolph.
From Jook?
Yeah, from Jook.
And that was going to be y'all's business this week?
Yeah, that was like evening.
When he arrived at the house, do you remember what he was driving?
Oh, white Mercedes Benz.
Okay, had you seen that car before?
Nah, I ain't never saw that car.
Did you get in the car with him?
Yeah, I got him.
Was there anybody else in the car?
Nah, it was just me and Justin.
Were there any guns in the car?
Yeah, they was on the back seat in the bag.
Do you remember what kind of guns they were?
A Draco, handgun.
Okay. And Draco, Memphis, some type of bigger semi-automatic weapon, is that right?
Yeah.
And then a handgun? Do you remember what you were wearing that day?
I had on some gray sweatpants, orange and white Jordan 1, and a blue Gap hoodie.
A blue Gap hoodie?
With a do-rag on.
With a do-rag on. Did y'all have gloves?
I had my own glue.
You had your own gloves?
He had his own glue.
When you got in the car, did you have your gloves on?
Nah, I ain't have the gloves on.
You said Justin had his own gloves?
Yeah, he had his gloves on. Black gloves.
He had his black gloves on before he picked you up?
Yeah.
Does he get out of his car and pick you up, or do you go up to the car? How's that work?
Nah, I got out the house, came out the house, got on in the car.
Okay. Off to do the mission.
Yeah, we should try to catch somebody.
Try to catch one of the rappers
Yeah,
One of them.
at the Turkey Drive in Westwood.
in Westwood.
All right. What happens after y'all get in the car?
Oh, we went back on Bradley Street. We got some out of I think they were like a expedition truck that he had parked on Bradley Street. And then we took the back street. We was at Lamar Airways. We had the light.
So he picks up, let me get this right. He picks you up in the Mercedes, is that right?
Yeah,
But you go to Bradley Street.
yeah,
And is there an expedition already there?
yeah, expedition already there. Parked in the yard.
Do you know who parked that expedition
I guess he did.
there? Okay, well, we're not allowed to guess in here.
Well,
Okay. So
nah,
was
I
it-
ain't seen him park it though.
Okay. And what color was it?
White.
A white expedition.
Yeah, white.
Did y'all do anything when y'all went to Bradley Street at that point?
He got some out the truck and then jumped back in the car.
I got you. So he gets out of the Mercedes at Bradley Street, goes into the expedition and gets something,
Yeah,
and comes back.
come back.
Do you know what he got?
Nah, I don't know.
Are y'all talking at this point?
Nah, we wasn't talking, like, cause he was on the phone at first, then he hung it up, but we wasn't talking really.
Now, y'all were cool with each other, is that all right? You and Justin?
God.
He gets back in the white Mercedes.
Yeah, he get big in the white Mercedes, and we take the back street think Gentry and stuff to we was at Lamar Airway. We finna get on the expressway, going to the expressway.
Okay. Bradley to Dedrick, is that what you said?
Yeah,
And then y'all are gonna get on the expressway.
yeah, we finna get on the expressway on Airways.
Okay. But when this is Airways that we see,
Yeah, it's Airways.
okay. What happens once y'all get to Airways?
We at the light. Y'all can come clean across the light.
How'd y'all know it was Dolph?
Everybody know, hey, Kai,
Everybody know I was carded. What are the fucking chances of that shit right there? Out of all the fucking people, all the things, out of all times for the universe to line up right there, they line up. These motherfuckers at the same stoplight that Dolph is sliding right past, though, right there in the camouflage. And Dolph ain't even in no low key shit, none of that shit. Dolph already knows what time it is, though. He already knows. I mean, if anybody's the wiser to what could happen in the potentials, Dolph is, right. Dolph ain't. He knew the risks of being in the city moving like he was moving, but he was like, fucking ain't nobody in my city finna have me move no differently, though. But slides right past. What are the fucking chances of the universe lining that shit up like that, though? That's fucking crazy. That are all people, they already ready to slide, though. They looking for any rapper on pre-records, though. That's what they looking for. Any rapper, any of them. It could have been Key Glock, it could have been anybody, any of them. And they catch Young Dolph. Like, what the fucking chances of that right there? They know, I know. Could you imagine how these motherfuckers are in the car, though? You got to think they ready to put some work in. They already there. They got the guns in the back seat, and they see this motherfucker, right? All they eyes see is money sign in their eyes right there. Money sign in their eyes. That's all they seen. Big money signs in their eyes right there. I bet they thought they could only imagine, like, they must have thanked God for that. I don't know what God that is, but it surely ain't the God I serve, because you know that chance of that shit happening like that, man, that is a hell of a coincidence. Out of anywhere he could have been in the city, anywhere, he slides right in front of these motherfuckers. So what are the fucking chances of that?
T-cars and stuff.
Yeah, people in Memphis knew about that rap, right?
Yeah.
That camouflage white and green and blue rap. That surprised you? See him like that?
Yeah.
Did you say anything, or did Justin say anything?
We was like, there go dog right now.
All right, what did y'all do?
We received the trailer. So
y'all are following him on Airways?
Yeah, right over the street.
All right. And you saw the first part of this video, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you see him pull off here to the cookie store?
Yeah, he pulled in the cookie store.
What'd y'all do?
We made the block. Came with the bad boy. I jumped out. Started shooting.
All right, well, let's back up here, though. We saw him pull off of Airways to here, is that right?
Yeah.
Y'all, can you see my little pointer?
Yeah.
Y'all would be traveling this direction on Airways, is that right? Then did y'all do a crazy U-turn or anything, or what'd y'all do?
Nah. We came with the back street.
Following the clickers is what y'all did?
Yeah.
Okay.
We went to the light, made the loop around.
Did you see him get out of his car like this?
Nah, I ain't seen him get out the car.
Okay.
See, Valley Farms, I feel you right there. Yeah, his brother's strapped, right? Brother got a chopper in the car, and he got a pistol, right? So they moving and sliding through the city. They ain't really tripping on it. They like, shit, we good no matter what. But looking at this video and seeing Dolph get out his car and go in there, you know what I mean? It ain't like they really, you know what I mean? They moving, they ain't really like looking hella hard. I mean, it's just, luckily his brother's going in last though, so that's smart too. But I mean, if you watch the body language, they ain't really like peeping the scenery or nothing. This is another day to them, kind of. They moving like this is, you know, normal in a sense, which it probably is, right? This is this man's hometown. This is his city right here. This is his environment right here. He should be able to feel like that. He should be able to move without a worry to a degree. But clearly, just by them having that pistol and that chop and all that shit right there, we see the outcome of this shit right here. That surely wasn't enough. Surely wasn't enough, though.
Say y'all.
Yeah, that's us right there.
Stop it here.
It's me.
The bounce out is real right there, though. He kind of slow though on the bounce out though, right? Like if we watch this again, right? The car pulls up, we see it. See the car pull up right there, go right there. Like kind of slow with it to a degree.
Say y'all.
Now you think about it, if the brother really was looking and watching out the window, if either one of them right there, look at the bounce out though.
Stop.
Right there, they bounce out. As soon as that door open, you see that gun right there. This is all ample time right here to kill. Shoot back at this motherfucker, kill. I'm not like trying to make the brother out bad by no means. Don't misconstrue my content by no means. I'm just hypothetically looking and rewind because shit. In these situations, you know what I mean? This is fight or flight type of reactions. You know, motherfucker, you know what I mean? Shit, we all guilty of not being on top of it all the time. But this kind of a slow bounce out though. What y'all think in the chat?
Stop it here.
It's me.
Look how sloppy he is with that gun. You right though. You could tell he ain't never shot that gun. You could tell that gun going. He lucky he didn't shoot his feet. He lucky he didn't shoot himself with that shit. He don't even realize. I ain't never even shot with an Draco like that. But that's like an AK to the degree. I know what an AK like.
That's your gap, buddy. Is that right?
Look at that shit. That shit shaking all over. Look, that shit shooting sideways and shit. He don't know what the fuck he doing with that gun.
Do you have?
I got the little Draco stab on.
Okay, that's that semi-automatic weapon. Is that right?
Yeah.
You ever shot that thing before?
I ain't never shot that one. No.
Okay. You can proceed, Iris. That's your gap, buddy. Is that right?
Yeah, it's me.
That's you. Who are you shooting at?
Young Dolph.
All right, now back it up again, Miss Iris.
Look at that shit, bro. Look at that shit, how he's shooting.
You ever shot that thing before?
Yeah.
I ain't never shot that one. No.
Okay. You can proceed, Iris. That's your gap, buddy. Is that right?
Yeah, it's me.
That's you. Who are you shooting at?
Young Dolph.
All right, now back it up again, Miss Iris.
Nah, you right, Gaines Jr. $800 funky dollars. We killing each other over nothing. When is enough? Wake up. He did all that killing. Now he in the courtroom, snitching, crying like a girl. And don't forget the yes sirs, though. He's yes sir the shit out this motherfucking prosecution right here, right? Yes sir, yes sir. You proper as a motherfucker now, right? Yes sir, yes sir. You know what I mean? But rewind the hands of time right here. This man's hopping out with a Draco on some gangster shit, though, right? This is right here. You know that this is gangster shit. This is what the streets would deem some gangster shit right here, knocking a motherfucker off for some money right here, right? And to him, this is just another slide though. This ain't, you know, he ain't got no emotional attachment to none of this situation right here. All he's thinking about is the money he finna get at the end of this. He high off these motherfucking pills. He ain't thinking nothing about none of this shit right here. He just, you know, motherfucker could have slid on some motherfuckers before. He could already have some bodies already for all we know right here. This could just be but the way he's shooting that motherfucking Draco, it don't lead me to believe this man's been using no kind of firearms or nothing though right here. Cause man, this is he's sloppy all over here with that gun.
Back it up for Justin getting out of the car. All right, who's the second person here that got out of the driver's side?
It's just
He's got the smaller handgun, is that right?
Yeah, they about to go over the brother shooting back. He gonna get into that next, but you know, yeah, he on the stand having the entire conversation. You could tell by his voice he ain't got no hesitation about snitching though. This ain't weighing on no conscience now though. This ain't. And you know, as the trial proceeds, you know, it looks like he got finessed by straight drop though. Straight drop finessed him out the 40K he was supposed to get and gave the man $800 though. You know what I mean? Gave the man motherfucking $800 and kept the rest and tried to motherfucking lead him on right there because it looked like Jook paid him though. And he paid straight drop first and then motherfucking he got finessed. That's why he telling though. That's why old boys understand having no hesitation to tell on this motherfucker because he like shit. You know, fuck this motherfucker right here. This like same shit like when 6ix9ine's trial was going on, right? 6ix9ine was like, well, fuck, they done slept with my baby mom. They done beat me up. They done motherfucking kidnapped me and shit. Fuck these motherfuckers right here. There ain't no loyalty, but I mean, he only had met straight drop 3 months before all this took place, right? So he's only the ties that he got with this man is only 3 months strong, though. You know what I mean? And they just been getting high, going to clubs and doing all that shit right there. So, no shame in this game at all, though, right here. Snitching is part of the game, unfortunately.
Yeah, bad baseball, hey, bad pro baseball.
You're firing this crazy thing. What you see? What are you feeling?
I won't feel nothing at the time. I ain't gonna even let. I ain't
Nothing.
feel nothing at the time. Out here, trying to get some money.
Trying to get some money? Bet you probably would have wasted on oxycodone and ecstasy.
And that's a cold prosecutor right there. Where the fuck is this man's motherfucking he definitely got to have a public defender, because they should object to this shit right there. When the motherfucking prosecution makes a statement like he was going to take the 800 and blow it on some motherfucking pills and ecstasies, lawyer need to object to that shit. Why is he not objecting to that shit? Because that's called game right there. The man was going to kill this man for $800 for some money that he was going to go get high off of and pay for his daughter's birthday. That shit crazy.
You shot that gun a bunch?
Right in there?
Right then and there.
Yeah, I can tell you how many times I shot out.
Aiming for Dolph?
I ain't for Dolph.
Was he able to say anything to y'all, or was he able to run or get away at all?
I shot through the glass, so I wasn't close up on him. I was shooting through the glass.
Okay.
I saw him standing by the window. I just got out and started shooting.
All right. Proceed till Justin shoots. There with the handgun. Who's that?
Just
All right. You proceed. All right, you can stop right here. It's Dolph's brother, Marcus. Did you know that he shot back at y'all?
I ain't noticed until we pulled out. There was a bullet hole in my side window. And I told Jason, I'm like, man, I'm hit. He was like, I'm hit too. So I see I'm hit right here on my leg. And I see a bullet hole in my sweater. I said, damn, I'm hit. So we driving out, he was saying he was hit. I'm talking to him, making sure we on Rick, making sure he's straight. I'm like, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm straight. But the bullet had went in my arm. It was a bullet in my back.
I'm gonna back up. You and Justin here are running to the white Mercedes, is that right?
All right.
You get in what side of the car?
I get on the passenger side.
And Justin gets back in the driver's side?
Yeah, he get back in the driver's side.
Y'all get in the car. You can watch the rest of the video here. Did y'all see Marcus getting the second gun from his car?
Nah, but when we pulled out, and I knew it was shots back, I was finna shoot back, but there were too many cars coming, and I didn't want to hit no anybody, so.
I got to give it up to the brother, though. The brother did react quick, though, because he was getting off soon as he seen them pull up, though. Soon as he seen them get off, soon as his first, he was on time, though. When he seen they were shooting, though, he was shooting back right there, because you see the smoke coming from the inside, though, when you see the video, right? You see the smoke. He was on top of him right there.
Right in there?
Right there.
He was on top of him.
Yeah, I can tell you how many times I shot.
He was on top of him.
So I see.
Driver's side?
Yeah, he get back.
Y'all were
Nah,
driving.
we shoot back to him.
Right.
Yeah, we was in the car.
Looking backward, Justin too.
Yeah.
Where's
this? You can watch the rest of the video here.
Yeah, this is not enough. It took so long to see that.
Did y'all see Marcus getting the second gun from his car?
Nah, but when we pulled out,
that shit could have ate their ass up, though. That could have went through all the windows right there. Side had that shit. He could have knocked off a passenger for sure right there. For just a few more seconds, I guarantee, because they took a minute to get in that car and hit the gas right there after that right there. they don't know how close they was to dying right there from both sides. So they could have died originally from that one side where he was shooting right here, and they could have easily died right here. That's how close. And they came close to death.
And I knew it was shots back. I was finna shoot back, but there were too many cars coming, and I ain't just want to hit them anybody, so I ain't shoot back.
Because Marcus was shooting at y'all as y'all were leaving from down here. Is that right?
Yeah.
And you would be in the car at this point,
Yeah, we was in the car.
looking backwards.
Yeah, I was looking back, but we had, like, how we were driving. Like, how he was driving, he was all the way on the other side, but, so I ain't want to just shoot back.
So the shots, all the shots that you fired were the ones we saw right here.
Look like his.
You can watch the rest.
How we were driving. Like, how he was driving, he was all the way on the other side, but, so I ain't want to just shoot back.
Yes. You can see how mad he is right there. He thinking his brother laying there bleeding, dying right there. 20 some times they hit Dolph, right? 20, what was it, 22 times? How many times he got hit? How many times? I got to go back 22 times. Dolph got hit 22 times, though. That's crazy. So he go back in here. Look like did he punch out the window? Is that what he's doing?
As y'all were leaving from down here. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. You and Justin jump back in the car.
What's his brother coming back? Second time to get that.
On the other side, but so I ain't want to just shoot back.
So the shots, all the shots that you fired
out that window,
because Marcus was shooting at y'all as y'all were leaving from down here. Is that right?
Yeah.
You would be in the car at this point,
Yeah, we was in the car.
looking backwards.
Yeah, I was looking back, but we had, like, how we were driving. Like, how he was driving, he was all the way on the other side, but so I ain't want to just shoot back.
So the shots, all the shots that you fired were the ones we saw right here with Dolph. Is that right?
Yeah.
And Justin too?
Yeah.
All right. So y'all didn't shoot back at Marcus as y'all were driving. You say you got shot in the shoulder?
Yeah, I got hit in my shoulder, in my upper arm.
In the upper arm, shoulder area of
On my leg.
your right and your leg. And you realized you had been shot once you got in the car?
Yeah, once I got in the car.
Could you still have a scar from when you got shot in the arm? Is that right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Mark, I have him step down and display this to the jury real quick. Come on, Mr. Smith. Just walk down this way, backwards toward the wheel. You remember?
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay. So y'all are in the expedition, the FaceTime.
So this part right here, they just go into what happens afterwards. They go clean up they wounds. They go over there, his girlfriend pick him up and some more shit. But this shit right here, hey, this case right here, this Dolph case is fucking crazy, though. Like, just to think of the coincidences that all lined up for Dolph to die, though, like that. You know what I mean? This is the epitome of the streets right here, though. This is the grimiest of the grimiest, if you ask me, right here. This just show you how there's no honor amongst no thieves. There's not no honor in the streets. There ain't none of this shit right here. That shit gets so glamorized. You know what I mean? It's just so the music, the entertainment. You know what I mean? It helps foster that shit because it's such an influence to so many fucking young kids nowadays. It was an influence to me when I was younger too. But luckily I'm at an age where I can realize the real lies, right? What that saying is, real eyes recognize real lies, or some shit like that, some kind of tongue twister and shit like that, something like that. But for me to see this Young Dolph case, though, yeah, it's very troubling to me, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's a nasty, it's the epitome of humanity right there when you're living on that bottom rung of life. You know what I mean? Because there's so much more to life than all this shit right here. You know what I mean? Dolph was doing good. Dolph got himself out that shit, came back to the community to give back, the whole nine. Yeah, his demise right there in the cookie shop. Out of all places, the man supporting local business, man, dies in the cookie shop right there. Dies. His brother got to witness all this shit too, though. His brother got to see all this shit right here. Meanwhile, on the flip side of the shooter side, They done straight drop. No, he done. I don't even know why he taking notes in the courtroom. What notes do you got to take though? That it's over with. Hang that shit up. Your entire being and your whole future gonna be behind a jail cell though. Real shit. Your whole life you're gonna be around. You're gonna be around all the killers and the gangsters that you want to be back there behind them concrete walls. You know what I mean? But I don't know. You know, it's like where the fuck motherfuckers just do not use the God-given gift of the brain, right? God gave us this old big cranium right here with this big brain inside of it. Yeah, we using like 1% of this shit. We using like 1% of this shit. Some people, they so high on these drugs, they ain't even using the 1%. That's the coldest reality of the world at large right there. But let me peep out these comments right here. Yeah, I see he came back, hit the door. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, he in there crying though. Look at this fool crying like a schoolboy in class. Well, you got a pencil and paper for it. Killed Dolph for $800. Yeah, that's the fucking craziest shit of it though, right? Like it was all good just a week ago though, right? You was him. You was him, right? You was him. Usually, and think about it for the cat that's snitching. He got to live his life behind these penitentiary walls, forever known as a rat though. Whole entire existence, everybody gonna know you told. So his existence, he's living a hell within inside of a hell because behind those fences, that's where that shit's gonna be, where they gonna make him ante up for that type of shit. You know what I mean? The streets, in the real world, nobody cares about snitching because most motherfuckers that care, that even listen to the music, ain't no real killers and gangsters or none of that shit anyway. So why should they care about a motherfucker snitching? This is entertainment to them. They just want to drink some liquor and turn up to a tight ass beat and hear somebody flow over the beat. That's all it is to them. They ain't worried about no ethics of the streets. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. But the motherfuckers that do care about it, I mean, they gonna get in. But he killed Dolph right there, so he got it coming both ways right there. I mean, there's a no-win situation right here. Nobody at all. There's no winners in this. And for $100K. And I wonder, Big Jook though. Let me see something. I'm gonna put this back on the screen real quick. I'm gonna put this because I ain't really keep up with Big Jook's motherfucking murder though. I ain't keep up with that one right there. I know he got killed after. I don't know if that shit was in regard to that. Maybe the chat y'all can tell me. Y'all tell me what the deal was when it comes to Big Jook because yeah, sick as a fiend. Yeah, straight drop sick as a. Witness has 5 kids. His daughter's birthday was the day he unalived Dolph. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The trauma runs deep on all ends right here. You know that's the kicker is when you for the young cats that be out there pulling the pistol, they don't realize they think it's all about when they pull the trigger, right? That's what they think. Damn, I got the motherfucker. Did that shit, slid on him. That's how they feel. But the real consequences behind them actions define if you're really that killer or not, though, because when that time comes and you get arrested and your life is over, why the fuck is you crying? Why are you crying, motherfucker? That came with the equation of sliding and killing, though. That part of you losing your freedom and all that shit come with that. So now when you get the consequences of your action, you wish you never did the action before. So that says a whole lot. But these young kids don't know no better. Like, their brains ain't developed, right? They motherfucking brains, they thinking, they logic. And they influences. I mean, think about the influences in Memphis, right? Let's think about the motherfucking influences that they got out there in Memphis. Memphis being grimy as fuck. He in Orange Mound, right? Orange Mound. We all know pimping, hoeing, crime throughout the roof. We all seen the first 48, right? First 48 is motherfucking Memphis, Tennessee for the majority of like the original seasons. So the influences. It's like a lot of hoods, all right, that there really ain't a lot of people making a lot of money, let alone making it legitly. Like they ain't even seen their parents. They ain't even seen their parents flourish. You know what I mean? Parents is working jobs that they hate and they barely get by, can't pay bills. So who do you look at as an influence? Who do you look at as, especially the motherfuckers making fly money, selling dope, hitting licks, doing all this shit right there? They making fly money, but that fast money never lasts, though. I don't give a fuck. Anybody can debate me in the comments. Anybody, I don't care. We could debate this all day. I done been on both ends of the spectrum, and that fast money never does last. I'd rather have the slow money that I earned, that I got a better respect for, than have that fast fly money. Because I'm gonna get it regardless. Slow adds up. You know, that's compound interest, right? But you know, I can't. You know, this is a picture into Orange Mound, Memphis, Tennessee, right here. We seen. The average person, the median salary in Orange Mound is 40 bands. The man would have made a year's salary off of killing Dolph if he really got paid, though, right? He would have made a year's salary to the average motherfucker living in Memphis, because the average. So you think about like where I'm at, 100,000 is like entry level. Like everybody in my neighborhood's got to be making over 100,000 easily, no fucking doubt about it, no doubt of fucking about it. Denver is a whole nother ball game. You know, it's different sections of the city and shit, right? There'd be different sections of the city, but 100,000, even in some parts of Denver, ain't gonna have you living in no like comfortable, safe community. By no means. You're gonna be living in an environment that you know what I mean, still paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. So, you know, in Memphis, you know, that's why it's so grimy out there. You know, motherfucking, they gonna move something for $1. You feel me? $1, 100,000, shit, knocked off Dolph and any motherfuckers that was on Dolph's label right there, 100,000. But I'm not too familiar with Big Jook, though. I need to take a quick. Let's see what we see here. So I gotta get familiar with this. I know motherfuckers is looking at Gotti right now. Everybody looking at him right now. He ain't made no statement neither. No statement. 8 months ago. Let's see this one.
You back to that story we told you about off the top of the broadcast, a deadly shooting in Hickory Hill with connections to Memphis rapper Yo Gotti. Fox 13's Lakia Scott joins us live tonight from St. Francis Hospital. That's where the victims were taken. Lakia, what were you able to find out? Good evening to you.
Good evening, Daniel. Well, at least 5 police sources have confirmed with Fox 13 that the person killed.
Hey, shout out Mile High Minute in the building right there. If y'all ain't subbed up to Mile High Minute, man, make sure y'all go tap in with them, especially all my Colorado people right there. If you from Colorado and you ain't subbed up to Mile High Minute, you need to slap yourself right there. #1 blog site right there. Tap in with them. Shout out.
Is Anthony Mims, also known as Big Jook. Now, Big Jook is the brother of rapper Yo Gotti. Now, we were at that scene earlier tonight. Police say 2 men were shot outside Perion's restaurant and event center around 4:15. Now, that's on Winchester near Kirby. According to the Memphis Police Department, the victim was inside a vehicle at the time and was brought here to St. Francis Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. Now, I'm also learning there was a second person who was shot and was also taken to the hospital. It has not been confirmed who the second person is, but we do know it is a man, and he was airlifted to Regional 1 in critical condition. Now, the Memphis Police Department spoke with us today in a press conference. Let's listen.
Right now, we do have video that we're analyzing, but we don't have a clear suspect identified at this time. But we know that a weapon was used, a firearm was used in this incident. We do feel like the individual that was shot was possibly targeted by the suspect.
You said whether one of the victims is Yo Gotti's brother.
I can't confirm anything yet.
Now, again, at least 5 police sources can.
Shout out Melody in the building. Melody, what up? Welcome back to the Young channel. Appreciate you in the live as always. But yeah, Big Jook, of course, this was a hit. You know, motherfucker got up on Big Jook. You know, I was hoping to catch one of these good old know-it-all YouTube videos that know all the, you know what I mean? Rollo over here talking big shit. You know, all these motherfuckers. He's the only one talking shit, though. He looking for clout, though. That's what that shit is. I figured it'd be, here we go, right here. 7 months. This is one of them know-it-all videos right here.
Yo Gotti is one of the biggest rappers in the history of Memphis, but he's still connected to the brutal street drama in the city. Having street ties gave him a lot of clout in the industry, but it also got his own brother, Big Jook, killed. And today we're breaking down the wild story of how Jook got murdered right after his uncle's funeral. On January 13th, a cop with the Memphis PD was driving around Winchester Road when he heard shots going off out of nowhere. And when he pulled up to the scene outside of a restaurant in the area, there were 2 dudes on the ground with gunshot wounds. One of the guys was rushed to the hospital and listed in critical condition, but the other guy was identified as Big Jook and pronounced dead on the scene. According to the cops, it was a targeted hit and not just a random shooting. But right now, nobody has any idea about who pulled the trigger. Surveillance footage caught a white Ford Explorer with tinted windows leaving the area, but the cops don't have any suspects in the case yet. Big Jook and the other dude who got shot had just left the funeral for Jook and Gotti's uncle, Eric Bovan, aka Las Vegas Eric. Eric was
so they knew that whoever slid, and you know motherfuckers in Memphis already been knowing this whole situation right here. This ain't nothing. They knew straight drop. When he got arrested, cause straight drop, everybody knew in Memphis. So you know the motherfuckers that's gonna slide for Dolph, they been waiting on this shit. They knew this motherfucker was gonna be back in town. You know what I mean? Surprisingly, it wasn't Gotti though. Surprisingly, it was his brother though. But surprising, Gotti was able to motherfucking miss this hit right here because seeing that getaway car with the tinted out windows and shit like that, yeah. They waited for this motherfucker. They waited for this opportunity right here to get him.
Was a big-time hustler back in the day who allegedly ran a massive drug ring that Gotti and Juke's aunts were affiliated with. Juke's aunt Janet married Eric and was allegedly helping him push weight. And in the 80s, his aunt Linda got caught up in the drug case because she was allegedly working with him too. Juke's uncle Eric and his crew were allegedly making millions by moving drugs between California and Memphis. According to the cops, they ran the whole thing out of a nightclub. And for a while, they had the game in Memphis on lock. But when you're moving that much weight, it's only a matter of time before the feds catch on. And in '89, Juke's uncle Eric and his crew caught a massive case, and one of his homies flipped and started working with the FBI. There aren't a lot of details about Eric's drug ring back then, but there is some public info from Juke's aunt Linda because of an appeal she made to the court. According to the documents, Eric was the boss of a cocaine ring that was bringing drugs into Memphis from Los Angeles. They was using Aunt Linda's crib as a stash house, and Uncle Eric's homie Earl Woods testified that he went with Uncle Eric and Aunt Janet to the crib one day, and Eric's wife Linda handed them a sack with 25 to 40K in it. Eric's homie Earl also told the court that another day, he gave Janet a bag with 7 kilos of cocaine in it, and she told him she was taking it to Linda's house. Linda was allegedly pushing a lot of weight for Eric, but when the cops raided her crib, they only found a loaded revolver and a shoebox with trace amounts of cocaine in it. Aunt Linda caught an 84-month sentence for drug conspiracy charges, while Uncle Eric got hit with 10 years and his whole operation fell apart. Eric wasn't the only drug lord affiliated with Juke and Gotti though. But before we get into that, let's take a look at what Gotti's beef with Young Dolph might have something to do with the whole situation. Back in the day, Dolph and Gotti were cool, and Dolph was allegedly even the plug for one of Gotti's brothers before he hopped in the booth and started rapping. Dolph got involved with the streets early. Both of his parents were on crack, and he needed a way to support himself, but eventually he decided to switch up how he was moving and got involved with the rap game. Dolph started passing out CDs all over Memphis just so people could hear his music. At first, he was handing them out for free, but not before long, his name was buzzing in the city, and he was starting to make money off of rap. By the time Dolph got into the game, Yo Gotti was already a legend in Memphis. He started dropping music all the way back in '96, and in 2012, he decided to level up and start his own label called Collective Music Group, or CMG. Gotti had the label for a couple years and still hadn't signed anyone to it. But after Dolph dropped a hot mixtape with Gucci Mane, Gotti reached out and offered him a deal. Dolph was all about breaking into the industry by himself though. By the time Gotti wanted to sign him, Dolph already invested over $1 million into his career and didn't want to ride anyone else's wave. From the outside, it looked like everything was still cool between them. You lost your bet. If you bet that, I'll tell. Black Youngster wasn't the only one making music about the situation though. Surviving the shooting gave Dolph a lot of attention. And in 2017, he dropped the album Bulletproof and sent a message through his track list. If you read each song on the album in order, it says, 100 shots in Charlotte, but I'm bulletproof, so fuck them. That's how I feel. I'm so real. I pray for my enemies. I'm everything you want to be. Shaking my head. That wasn't the only time Dolph almost died over the Gotti beef though.
Hey, Dolph is a cold motherfucker right there. That's a real artist right there. Dolph is a real artist right there, though. That go to tell you his character right there. 100 shots, missed him, came back with the album, and then he came back and hit him like that on the track titles right there. Lined them up right there. Talk about send a message right there. He sent a message.
And what happened next makes even more people think his brother Juke's death might be connected to the whole beef. A few months after Dolph's whip was shot, he was in Los Angeles at the same time as Gotti. According to rumors, Dolph found out where Gotti was staying and tried to press him. And that's when a fight broke out, and one of Gotti's homies shot Dolph 3 times. The dude who shot Dolph was charged, but he dodged the case because nobody in Dolph's crew would work with the cops. After the shooting in LA, the beef seemed to chill out for a while. Dolph and Gotti were doing their own thing.
That's a long-running beef right there, though. That's a long-running beef, though. They didn't try to kill this man on numerous occasions. For years, though, they've been trying to kill Dolph, though. You think about that, how long this beef has been going, and they've been trying to kill this man. Already shot him 3 times, shot up his whip over 100 times, and in the time before that, nobody from Dolph's side testified, then nobody make no statements, then none of that shit right there. None.
and weren't sending shots back and forth. Fans were hoping that Dolph would have all the drama behind. But then in November 2021, Young Dolph was tragically shot and killed while buying cookies at a shop in Memphis. Rumors were flying that Gotti and his crew had something to do with the murder. And one of Dolph's homies even claimed that Jook put a hit out on Dolph.
Because these folks had something to do with it, bro. These know that Jook put a hit out. You know what I'm saying? But nah, bro, I need to say this. Don't say that. They gotta tell the truth.
It took a while for the cops to book anyone for his death, but at first it didn't look like it was connected to Jook and Gotti at all. In 2022, the cops booked Justin Johnson and Cornelia Smith for the murder. Nobody knew why they wanted to kill Dolph, but then a few months later, a dude named Hernandez Govan was arrested too, and it changed everything. Govan was allegedly one of the biggest drug lords in Memphis and had ties to Gotti and Jook. He was also connected to the music industry through his daughter, Lotto Cash Desto, who was killed in Houston a year after Dolph died. Desto was at a stoplight behind another.
Yeah, ain't that some shit? The same dude that put the motherfucking hit on Young Dolph, right? His daughter, a rapper, and she get killed in Houston a year after this motherfucking shit happened right there. That's crazy. Look how God be working. Look how life be having twists and turns right there. This motherfucker killed Dolph, put the money out there, helped line it up, and then your daughter get killed. Your daughter get killed a year later right there. That's a cold game.
The whip when two shooters hopped out of the car in front of her and started letting off shots. Her friend was rushed to the hospital with a gunshot wound, but Desto was tragically pronounced dead at the scene. Two dudes have been arrested for the shooting, but nobody knows why Desto was killed yet. There's a lot of rumors about the situation though, so let's break down why some people think it's related to Jook and Gotti's beef with Young Dolph. After Lotto Cash Desto died, her dad Govan made a post on Facebook apologizing to Desto, saying he cursed her with his lifestyle.
Look at that. Her dad said, "I think I cursed you, Destiny, with my lifestyle." Motherfucker, you think? What the fuck you think, motherfucker? She's dead. Your daughter is dead. What you think? You cursed her? Yeah, she was cursed from the motherfucking womb having your ass as a father. That's the coldest kicker of this whole equation right here. Now you think, motherfucker, after all this shit right here, what the fuck? That shit is a motherfucker. And then you took to Facebook out of all places to say this shit when she dead, though. How that work? How you make a message to your dead daughter on Facebook when she dead? How did that work? I don't get that shit. He made a whole look like it got a gang of engagement. Look at all the engagement. 106 comments, 55 shares and shit. He crying out for help. That's a help cry.
Back then, nobody thought it had anything to do with Young Dolph, but that all changed after Desto's dad, Govan, was charged with putting a hit out on Dolph. None of this has been confirmed, so it's just street rumors as of right now. But some people think Dolph's homies have been siding to get back for his murder, and Desto got caught up in the situation. Her dad, Govan, was charged just a month after Desto was killed.
And you know, all the motherfuckers from Young Dolph's label, they ain't in the wrong for doing that shit right there, though. You know what I mean? Shit, unfortunately, when it comes to that street code and that shit right there, you know, your family is free territory too. They gonna get the shit that means something to you. They gonna go for the shit that, and that's where a lot of motherfuckers in the streets go. They don't be realizing how much this impacts their family and their friends and how much they put their people at risk right there. You know what I mean? Most of these young cats be in the street ready to get killed any day, not realizing when they get killed, their whole family can barely pay for their funeral, let alone get them a headstone. You know what I mean? Cold game. They didn't even have the money to bury themselves. They just became a liability to their people after they got killed. Now your people got to deal with the pain from you being gone, as well as the financial burden of burying you and taking care of you. That's why I think a lot of people get cremated. You know, that's crazy. I think they probably did knock his daughter off right there. They sliding for Dolph though. That's all that is.
Killed. And there's a good chance the people in Memphis already knew he was involved way before the news ever broke. There's still no evidence that Gotti and Jook had anything to do with Govan sending shooters at Dolph, but we do know that they have ties to each other, so it's a possibility. All that's available right now are rumors though. When the murder trial for Dolph starts, there's going to be all kinds of new info coming out because one of the dudes involved already flipped and agreed to testify against everyone else in the case. A lot of people think Big Jook's murder has something to do with the Dolph beef, but there's also a rumor going around that he was taken out by someone close to him. The last post Jook made on Instagram was a photo of himself with the caption, "They don't want to face you, they want to snake you. Stay alert to stay alive. Watch your back at all times."
That'd be a cold reality if that's really what happened, right? If Big Jook got killed by somebody close up to him rather than the motherfuckers from pre records, right? That'd be a cold scenario. That's crazy. out of your whole entire career of gangsterism, right? This is how it goes out, right? This some real life mob ties type of shit right here. They knock him off, but if he would never got killed, he would have got indicted. He'd be arrested in this charge in this case that we're watching with Young Dolph right now. He'd be arrested. So he would have, that's the consequences and that's the cold reality, right? He would have died to the penitentiary doing life, but he died. He went out a gangster though.
It's not clear if Jook and Gotti really have ops inside their own group, but the post has a lot of people thinking that the killers were someone close to Jook. What's really crazy about the theory is the fact that Gotti's mother was allegedly in the whip with Jook and his homie when the shooting happened.
Damn.
It's just a rumor right now, but some people close to the situation are saying that Gotti's mom had to run out of the whip when the shot started going off and almost got hit too.
Damn, moms almost got killed in the whip right there with him. Moms had to witness her son get killed right there though. But moms had to know all the shit that they've been involved with all these years. So that's got mom living good though, right? Mom was probably living good than a motherfucker it has been for a long time off of the type of dirt these motherfuckers been doing right here. You know what I mean? It's interesting though. That's just crazy how the time tells and then motherfucking you expire right there. Could have lost his mom and everything.
It's not clear who killed Jook yet, but whoever pulled the trigger really wanted to take him out. They slid on him in broad daylight in a public area full of security cameras. So obviously they were willing to take a big risk just to get him. There's not a lot of info about what really went down yet, and Gotti hasn't spoken on the situation. But tap in for updates.
Yeah, them motherfuckers did not give a fuck about none of that. They didn't care none of that. And we see that they telling though. They telling like no other right now. You know, this is a cold reality though. This is the epitome of the streets and how this shit work right here. This is it in one nutshell right here in this Young Dolph case right here. Real shit. They just posted shooters returning to apartment on Law and Order channel. Yeah, I seen some of that stuff. It was kind of dry to me watching, the little basic shit going on, finding the car and the car damaged and shit like that. To me, I don't know. I'll catch up on some of that shit later on. But this shit right here, this beginning, this testimony by this cat right here, this shit is, it's noteworthy. I hope a lot of you young cats is paying heed to this shit. I hope a lot of y'all paying attention to this shit because, yeah, too many cameras, too many motherfucking. It ain't like the 80s, 90s, none of this. All this shit needs to be thrown in the trash can. You know what I mean? Young cats, get you a job. You can make $40K if you work a job. Just be patient. You know what I mean? None of this fast money. Come on, I'm not gonna preach no more on this. I'm not gonna. I'm sure y'all already know what time it is. Anybody with a fucking brain can put this together. That $40K ain't shit. Let alone the $800. And then straight drop think he's smart. He finessed the shooter. He don't give him all the money. Now he in the courtroom looking stupid as a motherfucker while this dude is on giving his testimony right there with no hesitation. He's yes sir the shit out this motherfucking prosecutor. Yes sir. Yes sir. Yes sir. Yes sir. Yes sir. So cold reality to what the streets really is in this Young Dolph case. But I'm gonna keep y'all updated as time progresses. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep updated. I appreciate everybody that's tapped into the live stream. Shout out to all y'all, Melody, Jenny, Valley Farms, all y'all, Mile High Minute, all y'all that's up in here. I appreciate you, Firebird, Phoenix. Shout out to all y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'm gonna go ahead and conclude this stream, but I'm gonna come back around when I got some more, when there's something noteworthy to talk about. But do me one favor before y'all get out of here, man. Do your boy a solid. Hit me with one of them likes right there before we get up out of here and catch y'all on the next one. I'm gone.